EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills. And it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
All right, no table is safe outside of Highmark Stadium because this crowd is loud and this crowd is ready for a ball game. We're just outside of Buffalo in Orchard Park, New York. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scotch, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket pass as well. To look to somebody like this is the default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Here's Tyler Bass to get this one started. And off we go from Highmark Stadium. Deontay Hardy to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard is Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player, the most exciting player, not just in his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Another run for Henry. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a third down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. A 4-yard pickup, and they're just inches shy as we reach 3rd down.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out in 3rd and short.
The ball's out. The ball's out. He lost it. Oh, and they got it back. This play is still live. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed and got him the ball back.
Tight end going in motion here. First down, here's Lamar. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board and the first drive as a defense. And now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Out of the gun, Henry. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Tackled on the play by Taylor Rapp.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
All right, it's a nickel set for the Bills. 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunky yards, but still some work to do to get that 1st down.
Staring at 4th down, the Ravens will go with Justin Tucker to try for 3. From the left hash, this will be from 50. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Ty Johnson now to return. Finds some space, he's past the 30. Field flipping return as he brought it down on the opposite side of the 50.
Hey, I'll raise my hand, Kate. When I think of complimentary football, not often enough do I give compliments and credit to special teams units. But that's what they just did. Okay, defense gives up a field goal. Compliment your offense, compliment your defense, do your job, do it well, and set your team up for success.
So now the Bills will get their turn at an opening drive of the game. And leading them out, someone who's still the pride of Wyoming University and Fireball, California. One of the league's best and biggest arms, Josh Allen.
We've seen a lot of big arms come and go in the NFL. Few translate that talent, though, into stardom, quite like Josh Allen. It's fun for me on the college football road when I ask these young quarterbacks who they idolize, who they look up to. And just about every big guy that can run says the same thing, Josh Allen, because that skill set is so tantalizing. A player who can rip off a highlight reel play with the pass and just as easy with the down in just about any situation.
From the 43. He's got this complete to James Cook. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. That's Odafe Owe with a stop.
It is so hard for these defenses. I don't envy them at all to try to monitor where these running backs are. Are they chipping? Are they delaying their route? He's such an underrated part of their overall passing game.
3rd and just 2 to go. Straight ahead, here's Cook. And he's brought down for a loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Offense going for it here. 4th and 5. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. He sends this one to the end zone. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Boy, take a look at that. Look at him locking down his area of the end zone. They can bring it in close enough to take shots, but there are no easy touchdowns.
Play action. Here's Jackson. And that one's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Man, that ball looked good out of his hands. It just couldn't get through the defense cleanly. Somebody tips it away and saves a potential completion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Lamar off to play fake. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's on the move. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Daquan Jones with the tackle on that play.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through one quarter. Just a field goal separates these two. We'll return to Highmark Stadium in just a moment. Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They have 2nd and 9 for their first play. They motion the tight end over. Here we go, 2nd and 9. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. They go play fake with Jackson. That's caught for the first. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Man in motion, out of the slot. 1st and 10, here's Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that, all that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and clear. That's part of this game, you gotta snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself, and they do get home that sack.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up 3rd down.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
3rd and long for him here. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Staring at 4th down, the Ravens will go with Justin Tucker to try for 3. This one from 42 yards out. Bullock's kick is good. And another field goal makes it 6-0 for them.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Johnson with a return here. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. Here comes the Bills offense for their 2nd drive of the game. And They'll take over facing a 6-0 deficit. First and 10 now from the 30. They send him left out of the slot. Allen now on first down. Complete to Shakir. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Now the shotgun give to Cook. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Back to throw now, Allen. Cox, there's that rookie out of Florida State. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Working from the gun, it's Allen. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Can't connect over the middle, it's incomplete. Almost a completion of the wrong team there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
Allen on 3rd down. This will be caught by Cooper. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Now about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Slot man motioned over. Again, Allen to the air. Cook calls it in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break out something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
It's the 2-minute warning now from Highmark. The Bills facing a deficit near the break. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Throwing from the gun here. Pass complete to Cook. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
They've got a man in motion. Now Allen off the play action. Cut near the goal line. And in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Tyler Bass on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bills take the lead on that successful kick. Bass now to kick this away. Hardy on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Ravens taking over now on offense. Minimal time remaining in the half. And normally they'd need this out, Brock, but facing such a small deficit, good chance they try to get a field goal here before the break. The drive begins with Henry. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Second and 3 now. Motioning him from the slot right. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Finds his man. It's Rashad Bateman. And he'll get it up to the 44. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Throwing deep for the end zone. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So it's second down coming up.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Second and 10 now. He finds Aguilar. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out. And the Bills bringing out an extra defensive back, 3rd down coming up. And again, it's Jackson. Finds him over the middle. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Lamar throwing again. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Jackson's gonna throw again. Andrews with the catch. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Ravens call it on Justin Tucker for the field goal. It'll be 51 yards from the left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they've taken back the lead.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range. He's delivering.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. He's back to throw. Flush down out to his left. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. So we've reached the halftime break. It's the Ravens leading so far on the road. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Johnson now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now here's the Bills offense. They've got it first to begin the third. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Throwing now on first down, Allen. Shakir with the grab. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And that's good for a Bills first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
It's Allen out of the pistol. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Ravens are stopped and are going to have the football out beyond their own 30.
The best defenses, you can go look at it through the decades, are built from the inside out. And that's not just stopping the run on the inside out. That's playing your coverage from the inside out. That time, beautiful job by the defense of taking away the middle of the field, getting that interception, and setting their offense up for success.
Baltimore running its offense out now. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up, and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. A type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Running once more with Henry. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. Lamar back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
The Ravens gonna punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. He sends this away, and oh, this is gonna be a field flipper. He's got this at the 27, and he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. That punt gets up to 59 yards, and the Bills will take over possession. Allen now on first down. Connection made to Shakir. And he'll go down, we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They kick the running back in motion. From the 39. Pass into the hands of Dalton Kincaid. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
On first down, Allen. And not a great choice on first down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted, actually, so 2nd down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. To throw again, it's Allen. Complete to Coleman. And he takes it up and across midfield into Ravens territory. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Running back sent in motion. Allen gonna throw again. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And that'll bring up 4th and 3.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
They motion the slot man right. He'll throw it. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best. And you get to see how you handle the most pressure. And it turns out they handled it pretty darn well. And now they'll keep pushing.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Cook trying this one up the gut. And they had that one contained right at the line. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. This will be caught by Cooper. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Brandon Stevens in on the tackle.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
So now here's 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Allen. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Allen setting up to throw. Connects with Cook. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
To the air again, Allen. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Buffalo. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
Bass on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bills jump in front now by 5. Bass now to kick this away. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And they will stop him at the line on what proves to be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's the Ravens' ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Man in motion, headed right. Nice seam in the defense as he crosses the 45. And he's brought down at the 44. It's again at 27 yards to move the chains.
Gosh, I love that creativity of the play call. Name of the game is putting the ball in the hands of your best, your playmakers, creating matchups for them to take advantage. And this time, not as a receiver, but as a runner. That is job well done.
First down, here's Lamar. Caught by Flowers. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Second and 6 coming up here. Play action now with Jackson. Wow, wide open here, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Man in motion here. From the gun, a run for Henry. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No gain there that time, and it's second and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Aguilar with the grab. And he's going to be just inside the 10 before he goes out. It's a nickel set for the Bills, third down. Lamar now from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. Touchdown, Baltimore. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
So here's a big play from the Ravens as they line up for 2.
The Ravens will line up for the 2-point
Jackson throwing for it. And he has it inside the end zone. That's going to add 2 to their lead here late. Well, he just caught them the touchdown, Brock. Defense obviously aware of him as they line up for 2. How did they lose him? How did they get it right back to him for the conversion?
Because he's that good. In moments like this, Kate, it's not even about the play, it's about the player. And when you got a player of this caliber, you find every way to get it to him. And just because he scored the touchdown doesn't mean you don't go right back to that well. I love it.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Johnson with a return here. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Bills and quarterback Josh Allen ready to get back to work now on offense. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Slot man in motion left. 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Has him on the quick hitter. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Little off center. His man just couldn't adjust to it. Not on the same page with his tight end. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Pass complete to Cook. Dukes out a one-stop. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It goes for a 38-yard pickup. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
I think one of my favorite adjectives, I don't know why, it just sounds good off the lips, is shredding. Shredding paper. Shredding the slopes. Or a dude shredding a defense just like that.
So the big play moves him well past midfield, has him set up now at the 35. They kick the running back in motion. Throwing now on 1st down, Allen. Has it down close. And in, touchdown Buffalo. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts them in front here in the 2nd half. Puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
A chance to take their lead beyond a field goal on this point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bills take a 4-point lead. Bass now to kick this away. Hardy on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. Flushed out of the pocket. Now here he goes. That goes for 36 yards. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. Pressure coming, it's Jackson. Gets this one to Andrews. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down, or it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. Third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Second and 4. And oh, he missed over the middle there. Lucky that one didn't end up worse. That's swatted away, incomplete.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
Back to throw it. We've got a screen to the running back. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got first and 10. Lamar throwing again. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
After a good pickup, they've got second and 4. Trying down the middle with Henry. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Give them 3 yards, and they're just inches away on third down. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Buffalo. Ravens needing 4 points. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. He'll throw it. He brings it in. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Extra point upcoming. This to put it to a field goal game. And he shakes out the pressure to nail the point after, and now an opposing field goal would only tie this game.
Bills 21.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Johnson now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Bills are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Here he is to throw. Shakir with the grab. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Bills moving quickly now. They're in the hurry up. Setting up to pass. Cook calls it in. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. But one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
He's on the move. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. The Ravens going to the dime package on this third down. Throwing now. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's running for it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Buffalo calls it second time out of the half. Still one more in their pocket to use. To the line for a new set of downs. Only a lone timeout at their disposal. Back to throw. Gets this to Kincaid. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for a Bills first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Bills moving quickly now. They're in the hurry up. Cut near the goal line. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. Now the Bills use their third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Big moment for Tyler Bass here. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. The Bills will turn to their kicker, Tyler Bass, for the field goal try. This is a chip shot from the left hash. Looking good, and it's through. And inside the final minute, they've tied this up.
These are the moments, Kate, when you realize how valuable a clutch kicker is. When he's the only guy out there and everybody relying on him, and he delivers.
Bass now to kick this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. One of the tight ends motioning left. He'll look to throw it. This is caught by Isaiah Likely. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Second and 3 now. From the gun, Jackson escapes the pocket. He tucks it and takes off. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. So they're going to go ahead and call a timeout here. Only 3 seconds left in the game. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Back to throw. Here's Jackson. This to win the game. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Taylor rapping to pick that one off. Well, Brock, 4 quarters, couldn't decide a winner. And now we're set up for an exciting conclusion to this contest. Overtime is coming up next. Now hopefully this conclusion will be just as exciting as our opening 4 quarters. The kick is away here in overtime. Starting from the 5. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. On 1st and 10, it's Henry. And he'll only drive this forward to around the 26. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They motion a receiver left. This is Henry on 2nd. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the carry, though. It's 3rd and 7 now. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Completed to Flowers. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation could create the big play down the field.
New set of downs for him from the 46. They give to Henry on the inside handoff. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line.
I got to really rack my brain, Kate, to remember a play, a run in this league that nice. It doesn't end up getting an offensive 1st down. He did all he could to will this drive forward.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Going with King Henry here. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Finds Aguilar. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Lamar now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Motioning him from the slot right. Now a run with Henry. And he runs this down to around the 12-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. A tight end in motion now. Blitz coming, Lamar. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. He has the first over the middle. Touchdown, Baltimore. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. You know, kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
Tucker on for the extra point. The extra point is good, and that's a big one. Now their defense just has to defend a 7-point lead here in overtime.
24.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Johnson with a return here. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Buffalo sending its offense to the field. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Now he gets a shot here in overtime. And that's incomplete. A little lucky there, too. Nearly picked off on first down.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Play action now. Allen. He finds Kincaid. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're thrown into a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Allen now on first down. Finds Kincaid. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a Bills first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Again, Allen to the air. That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Allen gonna throw again. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Pass complete to Cook. And it looks like he went out of bounds right at that 7-yard line.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers. That time, a running back in the flat.
To the air again, Allen. Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now they're going to face 3rd down.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. To throw. Rolling out to his left. And he's brought down at the line.
Look at the quarterback's eyes. He's looking, he's trying to find a lane of some kind, but there was nowhere to go. And he was lucky to get back to the line before that defense closed in.
Biggest play of OT. Offense set now on 4th down. Looking to throw it. Oh, big interception here. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens take over deep in their own territory, down inside the 10. Well, they had one last gasp to try to make something happen here in the red zone, Brock. Just wasn't there. This defense too locked in, coming up with the interception.
Yeah, it's the work they do on those first 3 downs to get to this 4th down, like a pitcher does, to get to an 0-2 count. They know it's their advantage. And once that offense decides to go for it on 4th down, a good chance they're going to get that stop. And oh, by the way, a few style points and add it to the stat sheet with the INT.
So the Ravens will fly home with the win. And it's going to be remembered quite a bit for the defensive effort right there at the end to steal away the last bits of hope from the opposing sideline with that interception, Brock, and officially end this game. With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Buffalo.